Anyways, I'm on the phone now, which is not exactly a live stream, but we can take it with us if we go out. And I'm charging the Chromebook. So he's having pie because I just went, wait, a whole pudding pie I made. He still needs candy though. Yeah. Well, it's not like a walk would be bad for me. It is pretty hot out, but when I was here before, I took a whole long walk. I took a 2 hour walk. Yeah. I wasn't ill at the time, yeah. And I was just saying to Brian, I feel like humongous because when I was here before, I was completely flat in the belly, like camping. And now I'm like getting all bloated up again. It's just, yeah, I mean, as weird as it might seem to animals, when you purposely do that to a person, yeah, you're not going to heaven. If that's news to you. I know. Everybody has an injustice, right? No one ever did this to you, so shut the fuck up, please. First of all, I'm really familiar with welfare. Okay. So no one ever did this to you. Where you paid off the banks and then someone still took your fucking house and your children, number one. Okay. That's the first thing. You got to start at a baseline. And then chased you out of any housing you were in, takes away your health insurance, won't give you eyeglasses, won't let you get a dental cleaning, steals your belongings that you didn't just give up already 15 times every time you get clothes, forces you to sleep on the ground, purposely feeds you exactly the foods that make you sick, stops you from walking and building muscle mass because that keeps your liver down, and then asks you if you're fucking pregnant. No one did that to you. So if you think someone did that to you, you're gone. You're depersonalized and you think you're fucking me. Okay? No one. Because had they done that, we all would have been nuked then. That's a good way to explain it to you. Okay, that's a really good way to explain it to you. If you thought that someone did this to you, okay, we would have already been nuked. Much like the people overseas during your quote unquote World War II. Okay, that's what happens. It's called crimes against humanity. They had a constitution, all that over there too. That's what happens. Not this happened to you. Okay, it's 2025. This didn't happen to you. I've had people, oh yeah, that's what they're doing, or that's what happened to me. Yep, I went all through that. What the fuck are you on? You went all through this? No, you didn't. A person that I know, yes, a person that I know goes, oh yeah, that's what happened to me. I went through all that. And I just look at the person like, you're so mentally ill. No, you did not go through all this. You're in a fucking house. You still own your house. You're sitting in it. So you didn't go through all this. What's that right there? Your kid that lives with you? So you didn't go through all this. You went to the dentist, you went to the hair salon, you went to the doctors. You didn't go through all this. Did you want to walk over to the store, babe? Well, no, you said that you wanted to. Do you need to get out for a couple minutes? We might as well. We got the hotspot.
I'm kind of tired after this.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say we got. Well, that's what I said because you asked me right after I ate my tuna melt and my grapes. You asked me. That's why initially I went. Oh man, if you had asked me before I started cooking food, I would have been right on top of that. I probably wouldn't even get insulin sensitivity anymore. That's how damned you fucking people are. Explain the whole thing. There's no way on earth you went through all this. Nope,
You were over there at like 5 or something.
I guess.
Uh-oh.
Where you had your medical condition under control by following a diet and exercise program, and then someone purposely took that the fuck away from you? Not someone took away your health insurance, which also happened to me. No, that didn't fucking happen to you. So shut the fuck up. I'm sure that most of the people, okay, because they're psychopaths, that made up there was some disparagencies in healthcare and they didn't have a healthcare and they didn't have a treatment. I'm sure most of those people have shut the fuck up by now. I'm sure they have. People have food coming out your fucking eyes, your eardrums, your vagina, your anus. You don't want to walk 9 miles a day, weight lift, glycogen depletion. You don't want all that. You don't want to eat flaxseed and nuts and shit. No, you don't. No, you don't. I've been subject to your fucking foods. No, you don't. Everything has to have fucking salt and spices on it. Everything has to. Like it would be fucking insane to eat a meal that I made the other day for my husband and I, where you just wash a sweet potato, you cut it up, you put it in one of those casserole things, you wash a beet, you cut it up, you put it in one of those casserole things, and you put 2 pieces of fucking chicken on top of it with nothing, and you bake it, and that would be fucking gross to you. Everything. Like that chicken I'm forced to fucking buy that's $6 is covered in fucking salt and spices. And they probably coat it with oil and shit before they roast it. It's an insanity, in my opinion. It's an insanity. It's like graphics. It's like when people go insane with graphics and there has to be 20,000 graphics on a screen. It's like that with food. Food isn't food unless there's shit all over it. So, oh, what's like, say you're just eating like a bag of almonds or something, or you're eating a fruit or something, right? Oh, you know what's really good is if you take that and you throw a bunch of fucking sugar and salt on it and then turn it 4 times, mark it with the B, flip it up in the air, and then tuck it in your asshole, and then you grill it for 4 minutes. I've 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 been able to obtain how many times? Twice, babe. The chicken that's not mango something.
Mhm.
Okay, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know who ever told Star Market that was good. Just you know what's good? When you get a chicken and you cut it in half, right, and you wrap it in tinfoil and you throw it on a fucking fire at a campground. Real good. Nothing on it. That's the shit I'm talking about. I lived on 4 acres of fucking land. I could have put chickens on it. I can't buy chicken and wash it off and fucking cook it. No. So everyone's got to fucking be nuked until I can. I just spent 6 weeks paying for a campground on a state park and I'm fucking homeless. And then they shut the fucking thing down. And you got people, they guys are going to book a Saturday so you can't fucking live there when you're fucking homeless. Not you have a housing crisis. You don't have a housing crisis. You have a profound murderous insanity crisis. Like, you're literally so insane. You're like, oh my God. And then these people are just going to live here? Like, you literally fucking talk like that at a campground when I'm paying to fucking camp there. Not that I should be paying to fucking camp there. You told me there was no housing available. There's not a hotel room you can fucking pay for to live in. There's not a house you can pay for me to fucking live in. There's not an apartment you can put me in for me to fucking live in. 90% of the campsites are fucking empty. But yet during your Hurricane Katrina, you bought people fucking trailers and put them in it. So no, this never fucking happened. You get it? That shit fucking insane. People used to get humongous apartments with those Section 8, you know. Right. So you people are fucking full of shit. None of this happened to you. I went over the thing about the insurance. That would only be white males. Yeah. And then, as you know, there are like community clinics and stuff. So in a sense, I wasn't wrong. Quote unquote things I thought when I was voting Republican and living in my house were all fucking true, but actually worse. Again, the ICE, I don't know what that is, and I don't really care. They're taking people that are here illegally and getting them the fuck out of here. I don't understand what the problem is. Otherwise, you've got to explain to me now how something isn't exactly what they're saying. That's what you fucking say to me all the time. Are they lying? Is it not what they're saying it is? They're illegal immigrants. They're not supposed to be fucking living here. Is there not a housing I can live in? Then why would we have a person who's a fucking criminal in a house or an apartment? Why? Why would we have that? I said, from my point of view, in order to keep you calm about a clear invasion on your land piece, is they're being nuked. Who cares? Let them run from. Benjamin Netanyahu already explained this shit to you people. He said that they were running from one nuke zone to another nuke zone because they think they're going to avoid being nuked and they're not. That was like a year ago. He was all over your TV talking about it. You might want to try to Google it. Because, yeah, you're forgetting things and it becomes frustrating to me. Like when your vice president explained to you that you're being nuked for crimes against humanity. And before January 6th, she told you you'd have a big response from them on January 6th. That's what she told you. You don't remember that, right? Okay. I think she disagreed with her own fucking election. It's definitely got something to do with like presumed things. Like a Democrat wouldn't do that, okay? And like it's something going on with comprehension as you're watching and hearing things. Some people would tell you they're talking like that because they don't want to scare your children. Isn't that why I can't use fucking Facebook and shit? And I have to check off it's made for kids, it's not made for kids, and age restrictions. Isn't that why? So if you're doing that, if that's a thought in your fucking head, what are they thinking on a TV then? That's not possible that they could be doing that. I don't think they care what you people fucking think, to be honest with you. I think they like fucking with you, messing with you, and pointing out how insane you are. Like you'll support anything they tell you to, or you'll go completely against anything they tell you to, depending. And I think they think you don't have any fucking brains in your head. That's the God's honest truth. If you ask me what I think about the news and your government, you just got to think about the hostages and what we're being put through and how long this has been going on for. What would they think of that population? Uh, you don't really have to worry about them somehow hurting you and then you get scared. Now you're scared. Everyone's being nuked, and clearly God will get you folks to your heaven. I'm sure most of you people are being protected by different groups of people that would tear you people to shreds if they could, like a Rottweiler. Yes, I'm sure. Reasons. Different reasons. Okay. The fuckery's been going on for a while. Um, they want your land. They don't like you personally. Stuff like that. They're becoming territorial. They feel pressed because they won't stop breeding and they need more land. So their brain has to make up reasons to not like you and get rid of you because they biologically can't stop breeding and they need more land and they don't like being on top of. They don't actually like diversity. As the brain gets more and more to a regular primate, they don't like diversity. It's conformity of genetics. And then someone decided at one point in time everybody had to be mixed together, so it makes it worse. I don't know if it exists anywhere on planet Earth anymore, but if you had an area of the planet, that could be something that someone could find out if those people are online. If they're having less problems in Asia, for example. If they're not feeling as uncomfortable and annoyed with everybody and trying to invade everybody's property over there. Because it's conformity of genetics. Say you don't like white people, you don't like black people, you don't like Asians, you don't like Indians, you don't like Spanish people, whatever, right? All that is conformity of genetics. The brain might make up other things, but it's conformity of genetics because that's what primates do. They're all supposed to look the same, like the Matrix. Where's the hot spot, babe? If I go outside.
Plug in.
Oh shit.
You can just go and plug it.
Everything we were gonna do has been reversed now by a piece of pie. Now I know it's that easy if I don't feel like doing something. Do you want the blanket? Well, I've got my thing plugged in too because originally, yeah, because she had to go do something. That's the only time I live stream here because of her privacy. Yeah, that would be, I would find it to be pretty fucked up to just start live streaming in someone's place when they're here. Yeah. So, well, if you're, say that you were like permanently staying with someone and you had like your own space, like a door that closes or something, then no, I wouldn't find that fucked up. But if you're just like da 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 da, and you're like a guest somewhere and the person's here and you're like recording them, I don't think you should be doing that. Yeah. As opposed to when you're being held hostage at the Ramada Inn and you actually record these people knocking on your door at 9 o'clock at night. Okay. And because they won't call their boss or the police, or you won't let them in a hotel room, you're in alone, they say you're going to get a write-up. Completely repeating what they did in 2020. And they wouldn't stop doing that until I left. It's profound insanity. That's a good thing to go over. I don't know if I've ever actually gone over that with Brian, but he's sleeping. When it was all over your TV about house managers and it violating a no-knock warrant and stuff, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, what you people with dementia think of that? Like, I wanted to know, there's a woman who works at Father Bill's named Marjorie. There was a woman who worked there named Taylor. Okay? Taylor is the person who told me I was going to that room in Quincy on Claremont Street. Okay. So, and that I didn't have a case manager. She was going to do that. And then everything that she told me, the house manager, the wicked, insane Nazi, said that she never said that's not true. Okay. Right. She can't be my, what was it? Was she my emergency contact? She can't be my emergency contact. It's not true. I don't have a case manager. She's not a case, all that stuff. Anyways, nothing she told me was true, according to the Nazi. And then it's all over the TV about someone named Marjorie Taylor Greene, no-knock warrants, house managers, and just people. Was that funny at the time? Like, did you see how that connects to what was going on with me? Was that funny? I don't think they thought it was funny. No, judging by the heat and the, people dying from the cancer, I don't think they thought it was funny at all. All right, just so you know, state parks are not national parks. I specifically told people not to go on those things. That's why I'm not on one too. Don't do it. Because in my opinion, they have the right to shoot you dead if you do it. You're being repeatedly told not to do it. You have to be a registered camper, and if they're demanding payment, you fucking pay or you don't go. I explained it over and over and over again so that innocent people that are just trying to camp or innocent people that are survivalists won't get shot dead. They don't know that. They don't know that. You can't go on there and live off the land and murder animals and stuff. You can't. Because that is the situation we're in. We have to get rid of all these people first. Like, why didn't God tell you that if you're my species, by the way? If you're my species and you have some right to just live free or die out in a national park and murder, what, coyotes? Like you're showing on YouTube? You're going to murder geese and you're going to murder buffalo because you have some right to be doing that? Why didn't Almighty God explain to you why not to do it? You have to rebuild the food supply. So, yeah, talk about being shot dead and no one gives a fuck what you think your rights are or if that's too aggressive. Talk about having everybody fucking starved. Don't go on those parks. You have to be a registered fucking camper, and if they're insisting that you pay, you pay. I told you that I wasn't going to do it unless they told me I could be there. I told you that. Ever in a day tell me I told you to go out there, and why did you get shot dead? I just explained it. They have to guard the food supply. When you go to Stop and Shop, right? Okay. And then, oh my God, look, it's that red stuff in the plastic. Where does that come from? Is it coming from China? I got pockets now, so this shouldn't be an issue. Laughing at the news. Hopefully my internet switches over to the hotspot and this doesn't just stop working. Yeah, I mean, after a while, right, you just go. I guess those types of things are justified to keep off the news, by the way. Those types of things are justified to keep off the news. And then there's got to be a way to notify if they have families, how you notify them later on, why they were shot dead. Obviously, you're justified in shooting those people dead, yes. Obviously. So, how do you explain it to the families? Okay, well, this is what happened is your family member wandered onto federal land where the food supply is and began trying to hunt USDA, whatever, meat. And so they were shot dead.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Starting to cool off a little bit. It's nice. I guess you can say we regret to have to inform you of this, but right, it's a very serious violation, and we really have no way of knowing who these people are. Just if there's got to be signs posted that you can't go past certain areas and things, and some people just don't listen to that. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that someone did actually pick me up in their car and then drive me the other direction and buy me a bus ticket out of there. Yeah. I wouldn't have been doing that anyways, no, but yeah, you just can't do it. If that's what happened to Dave, I think you should tell us. It's been years now. How would he be like not traceable? Because if he was living off of Social Security, how would he be? Unless you just allowed him to go somewhere and you're not telling us how he's spending his money. I would say probably 2022, January of 2022. And then a couple of us discussed it that knew him when we saw that on Twitter they said he was missing. You go, he collects Social Security. How is he missing? Because if he's not using his Social Security, how's he living? And yeah, I mean, because if you go to another state, would they shut off his Social Security? Maybe they just don't want anybody to know where he is. Anyways, anybody, uh, Oz has got to understand that. Invaders have to understand that too. Yeah, when you start invading farmland and stuff, yeah, you got to be put down. I would think those areas, you might want to not live around those areas. That woman said that they just sold their ranch, and that was probably wise. I don't think you want to really live around an area where food supply is being kept. I'm not talking about grocery stores, okay? Because if you ever had Night of the Living Dead like that, where you just have people flowing in here from Mexico or something, you just got to go poop and turn them to dust like instantaneously. I noticed a lot of abandoned stuff out there, but it was now, what, 6.5 years since I went out there. I'll explain that too if you haven't been. I went out there in 2019 and they had shut down the mall. The whole city of Roswell was shut down. They were tearing down hotels in Albuquerque, and then it appeared that other people were just walking right into hotels and opening them up like they're theirs and charging people. Like just a complete invasion of one of your states. So that's pretty serious. Well, this business with what making up some sort of underground railroad for people from Mexico and South America. Obviously, some people got confused about what you're actually allowed to do. Okay, so that's definite cause for. You can't just flow into another country like that because there's a whole bunch of you. I mean, you can. With you, we can do whatever we want, and God has no borders. So I thought God explained it. Um, God has a border. Okay. It's called the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and you're on my land. Not I'm on yours. You're on my land. You made up a whole monopoly system world, and you're holding me here as a hostage. So God's getting rid of you. Okay. And then your other side there isn't going to let you decimate their food supply, whether they're on their way out or not. They still have to eat. Well, that's why you get cancer and pass on. That's why. It's just there isn't any other way to solve the problem at this point. We even went over the whole gamut where we made it appear that certain people are getting cancer on purpose as a punishment, and people embrace that. He was probably feeling anxious and antsy and needed food or whatever, and now he's tired. Some of it's sort of like a childlike interruption of what I'm doing too. But I mean, I doubt it because he said that he to take the hotspot so I could live stream. Yeah, he knows I need the thing if I'm going to do this type of live stream on my phone. I think we all do it, don't we? We'll go, okay, okay, let's do this, and then you go, oh, I don't know, now I don't know if I want to do it. All right, now I gotta plug this thing back in. My red charge is probably charged. I'll charge my phone into that. Part of my issue is my liver and not depleting my glycogen. Getting worse and worse. Stuff like this, I'd have to ask them. They don't answer me. Um, if their brain is still interpreting a nuclear non-proliferation agreement in abortions, or that that's their way of reminding people about stuff that we already went over. I think some people are flipping out now about the vaccines because they they feel bad that people are getting vaccinated still. I don't think you should worry about you want parents that don't vaccinate, given what I just explained to you about the land piece. So some of that's denial. Well, this is another day. Has anyone given me housing? So some of it's denial. The vaccines are not needed. The only time they became needed is when people wouldn't stop saying there was something called COVID, and that was an excuse for a Holocaust. Everything became that. Brushing your teeth, you couldn't do it because of COVID. I explained it. That for some reason that involves shutting public bathrooms because of COVID. I explained it, okay? It wasn't because I wouldn't put a face mask on, because suddenly, as soon as I did, you didn't think people needed them anymore. It's like a form of dominance, and it became sort of like a new currency when people had SNAP food cards and some people had cash. That became a new currency. That was an excuse to block us from food and water in public toilets. Yeah, you just go, where is public toilets coming from? And porta potties, where is that coming from? Of course, it shouldn't make any sense. If we weren't homeless, why would we need the public bathrooms? See how that doesn't make sense? You are the people not giving us housing. You're the people. This is the United States of America, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. That's why they get rid of it. Right. And then parents go, if we don't have to do it, then why are we doing it? Hopefully, you'd stop questioning it and stop doing it. I guess the theory is you people would have flipped it if they told you to stop vaccinating your children. And then some people figured all of that mercury in your head, you wouldn't be able to drive anymore. Almost from what? The first couple of years I was discussing vaccines. I'm very anti vaccine. Yes. Once you find out exactly what the theory is about how they work, um, how they relate to diseases people are developing, and brain injury from mercury and prions in your brain matter. Okay. Um, Amyloids, prion related diseases that are coming from being injected with it. They probably thought it would work. Right. I think we should assume when they invented these things, they thought it was actually going to work to prevent sickness. It's just a mistake that happened. It's a mistake that happened. It's like experimental science. They thought it would help people, and it actually turned into a nightmare. People do it out of fear. Yeah, they know. I just had a discussion with people about it. Right, they know that there's mercury in it and all that, but they're afraid to get sick, so they weigh those things in their own mind and decide what to do. So I guess what they're saying is they can't stop people from doing it unless they stop manufacturing the vaccines completely. That's the only way they can stop it. Okay. Obviously, RFK was telling you all about it. Yeah, Jenny McCarthy, many other people talking about vaccines. So, right, stop making people vaccinate to go to school and stuff and to work. Yeah, no mandatory vaccines. It's just you make your own decisions about it, and then hopefully you stop blocking people who have a point of view about vaccines causing harm, and then people can listen to that and make their own decision. When I was asked if I got that COVID or flu shots or something, it might have just been that person wondering what that person should do. It's just a head cold. I don't think you need to get a flu shot. I'm completely against vaccines, yes. I believe the flu comes from a shot. That's what the flu is. They give out shots, and those people give people the flu. Some of them get sick too. That's all the flu is. Excuse me, now there's a commercial for Ben and Jerry's. I found this out too. And my friend Bill went on vacation to the spa. We'll see how long they let him stay there. Um, they got rid of the Ben and Jerry's room at Royal Caribbean apparently a couple of years ago, and I just found out about it like 3 months ago. Uh, Ben and Jerry's parted ways with them with Royal Caribbean, but it used to be a cabin on Royal Caribbean that it was a promenade inside, so the window was you're looking at the promenade, and there was a Ben and Jerry's in the promenade, and like the decoration of it was partially blocked your view. So if you were in that cabin, you got free Ben and Jerry vouchers for the whole length of your cruise. So I'm sure most people would go, yeah, I'll take the cow's butt to have free Ben and Jerry's the whole cruise. I guess it was decorated with like cow print, like bedding and stuff too. 100 days. Now I'm thinking if I check again, excuse me, in a couple of hours, it will probably say 99. It's 5 hours, 6 hours ahead. So now it's what, 10? Yeah, it's not going to change until after 6, and then it will probably say 99 days after 6 o'clock. And you're like, woo! It must be in Europe. They're 6 hours ahead. Ship's time. I know. So I was like, I'm a little bit confused now. Where's my calendar? It's on paper that I got 2 years ago. Beaches, 2 year planner, 2024 to 2026. Beaches. They got the Royal Beach Club now. It opens in December. You have to pay. I know it's not perfect day. It's a beach club, Royal Beach Club, that you pay to go to, right? From Nassau. Yeah. Let's see. Today's the 26th. Okay, it is 100 days today. That's what I have written. Check this off. So three. I was just discussing with Brian about. I'm like, I feel huge today, and now we're like 99 days from the trip. I've been saying for like 4 months I got to get in shape for the trip. Yeah, nothing in shape is happening, and then I'm sure it's more because I know I'm concerned about my health. Yeah, just this is a wicked long time for me to be street homeless. So apparently this is the worst it's been, and these people have never do they ever stop. It's just usually Barbara Kent had her house, and then Tom Kent and her were renting a house. Right. So apparently, when you're renting a house like that, the landlord doesn't care if someone else is in it. Yeah, or the landlord just never knew I was there for 2 years. Back and forth from the shelter, yeah, the same thing as Dedham. And then ever since Tom Kent died, I've been literally street homeless. No, I'm sorry. I went from I spent a year at Father Bill's, an entire year there. Okay. So it has nothing to do with staying in a shelter. For a year, I've been going to that place since 2012. They're criminals. Okay, so there was a bunch of us because your governor started telling people they're going to lose their money because they're just storing people there. So then they kicked us all out. Like you just go, that's what you did. Why didn't you just house us and then tell the governor you did it? Like it's so fucking bizarre, isn't it? They're just straight out animals. They don't house my species. I don't know if they acknowledge that. They might. They might actually be at the point now where they acknowledge they're a different species and we have no concern about housing those people. Right? They might say that we're only interested in housing our poor, because this is what they're like. We're only interested in housing our deformed members of our species. I would say that's probably true. They feel that they're housing like the sickest and the most malformed of their species. That's probably what they've morphed into now. And it doesn't matter how old and disabled you are either if you're not their species. Oh yeah. They love people that have all sorts of sexual dysfunction and shit wrong with them, yeah. Yeah. That's the surest, fastest way to get housing through them is if you tell them you're a transsexual. You're gay, you're a transsexual, you're hypersexual, stuff like that. I'm trying to think of the people that they've actually housed. Yep. You're a couple that they're trying to separate. That's how you get housing through them. And trust me, it's not like housing you really want, but that's how you get housing through them. In one of their rooming houses with an insane house manager, or one of those studio things like an institution with an insane group of people that are your jailers. And you have to meet with your case manager still while you're in an apartment and stuff. Yeah, whatever. Fucking chick, man. If you call that a chick. Just talk about it's like a Jekyll and Hyde too. Oh yeah, Jekyll and Hyde. So they're probably all like that. She'll go out to that smoke break, smoking cigarettes, talking about drug use, talking about her boyfriends, and then she gets behind that lobby desk and it's like, whatever. Not kidding you. You go, what just happened there? My name. My name is whatever. Because she's got to belittle. I explained it. She has to belittle my marriage, especially because my husband had a drug problem. It would be worse now if we were still there. Oh yeah, it would be way worse if we were still there. It's pluck, pluck, pluck. Just pegged it right on, hit the nail right on the Oz head. Because she told me so much about herself, it was easy to figure it out. Can't keep a man. Apparently has a drug problem herself. Uh, the man hiding the drug problem. She's had several of them. They're not going to detoxes on her account. They're not getting sober. They're not marrying her. They hate him too, believe me. And that couple, the one that was all on drugs and shit, remember them? They two of them attacked us because they're both drug addicts. They're covered in tattoos. I don't know if they're actually legally married. She had kids already. Get it? He can't go to work. All she did the whole shift was ask you where her husband was. You could tell that he's like in a domestic violent situation with her. You can tell. He started working there first, and then she started working there, and all she did was ask us where he was. I'm not kidding you. Asking residents where he is, and he's trying to do his job. Yep. Eat food that's probably donated to us and ask where her husband is. Also, I noticed when she started working there, she was different from other workers. Like, she literally just never talked to me. Yeah, she just didn't like me for no started working there and decided that she didn't like me. All the other workers don't do that. They're all like interactive with the residents. Hey, how you doing? You notice it when you see how the other ones are. She's one of those, man. Just any female that she thinks her husband might fuck, she's not gonna like or talk to. That's the opposite of what you do. That's why these women can't keep men. It's part of the reason. That's the opposite of what you do. I think it's probably because the groups of females they hang around with, they share their meals. So to them, you immediately cause a problem between a female that you have an insecurity about, not you become friends with them. Right, because if you become friends with them, they think that's going to cause it to happen. That's probably maybe how they are. Whereas other females, you're not screwing your friend's husband. I already have a husband, and her husband's not even hot. And I don't think he had any interest in me. But her as a female sees me, and then she's all insecure, so she's got to just give an ass look and never talk to me, and then talk to other people that she doesn't feel inadequate around. That's the one that attacked me after they attacked Brian in September of 2024. They quit. They both left. It was like they worked there just to get rid of us, and then they left. You got to explain some other alternative then. What happened then if that's not what happened? I remember people telling me, texting me and telling me that they left. And it was like within 2 weeks of them getting us both out of there, they did it. You just go, what the fuck just happened? They just started working here to get rid of us, to get rid of Brian. We have room at the hotel for a female. I don't even want to know what that is. It happens all the time. It's called rape. Right, like they will go out with, as they call it, residents. That's called rape. I just remember it reached definitely the worst I've ever seen it before I left in March. It reached the worst I've ever seen it there with the females working there. You just sit there going, I don't really understand why these females are dressed like this in this population of people. Just you work in a homeless shelter. Why are you dressed like that? I know you just go. Believe me, no one in this shelter prison is jealous of you or envies you. We're just baffled. Like, what is that? I remember when I first was in that shelter, man, I'd wear like 3 pairs of pants, a restraining bra, a restriction bra. I mean, yeah, you go, why are you? Yeah, that is fucking crazy. I don't think there's as many male sex offenders there as there used to be. That's what the shelter was originally. It was a shelter for male sex offenders. It's not that hard to get raped by a male sex offender, except you're really barking up the wrong tree. You just go, whoa, not getting it. I'm sure you're way too old, and most of you don't have the right sexual parts. You need to come in here with like Oshkosh bagoshes on and bowl haircuts. Just really out of it. I can't because there's some people that are dangerous to me. I can't, but just something recently. I just remembered it when I was I bet I discussed it with my husband when we were in Quincy Center. Um yeah, I guess I'll try to say it without so people don't figure out who I'm talking about, but you just go I'm explaining it to my husband. I go, so I know this person, so I'm not even saying it like I'm saying something bad about him, but I could like actually transcribe that whole conversation right there without even hearing it. Okay, so what you're saying is if I give you a ride, you'll suck my dick? Okay, all right. The dude's a friend of mine. He wouldn't even be mad. I know his personality. He'd probably go, yeah, yeah, that's exactly. Yep. Yeah, it was more involved than that. Sometimes I go out there. I really don't want someone running up to me, screaming at me, thinking I'm somehow talking about them because that happens too. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Okay, so you're watching my live streams? I wasn't even talking about you. No, that is what you're mad about. I wasn't even talking about you. Whoa. Right. Just so whatever you were doing, you thought it sounded like you? Okay. Just well, yeah, yeah, we've been in this city together for what, 2 years, okay, and you've literally never talked to me, and now, okay, yep, that's a whole bunch of information, and so what you're saying is, if I give you a ride, oh yeah, I forgot that part, and I have a car, okay, so what you're saying is, if I give you a ride, you'll suck my dick, okay. So if you don't understand like guy ease, okay, make sure you know that. Some things not my business, totally not my business. I just happen to get a tiny dose of it. Oh, someone locked herself out. Hold on. She has a party tomorrow night? She probably said that to me. Missed it. So someone brought stuff to the party. We get the great even. Probably is because she said her name's Nancy. I thought it was the Nancy across the way. Yeah, sometimes she forgets her key because the door locks automatically and it has like a door buzzer, but it wasn't. I'm thinking that's the person that, for some reason, people keep saying she's the one that reported us last year. She, it doesn't matter, but she was actually nice to me, but that doesn't mean anything. What ticket did we get here? Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday. Was it Monday night? It might have been Monday night. Yeah, it might have been Monday night because Tuesday was the day we asked if we could do your appointments telehealth. We wouldn't have waited till that day, so it was we must have got him Monday night. And today's Friday, so she's allowed 21 days, by the way. Yeah. No, we haven't hit 21 days yet, but you just go, oh no. She saw that we were here before, and I don't know if she realizes we left for a while. Yeah, hopefully she doesn't think we've been here the whole time. It might be certain things, but then there's other people where they just don't like it at all. Yeah. Could be certain things like someone told me that she didn't like it because we don't pay rent and we were smoking on at the sidewalk. We don't smoke on the property. No. There's a bunch of people here that smoke cigarettes, by the way. And they were having an issue, and it might be in her building actually, with someone that was smoking drugs inside the building. You don't know anyway when people tell you things. Yeah, you just go, you listen to what each person says because they're telling me it, and then you just kind of go, okay. I mean, yeah. You have to remember this too. The actual housing office is on property here. That's usually how they do it. If you if you don't familiar with public housing, it's usually on property of the apartment complex. It's right there when you go to the laundry room. You walk right by it. Yeah. But I guess this person has something to do with housing. She does something with, she works for them in some fashion, and she lives there. Yeah. So hopefully not, but usually that stuff will happen. You just go, it's not October 27th. I'll ask her when she gets back. I'm sure she probably told me. She does. She throws parties and stuff here too. I know. You just go. Sometimes people are strange. Her and her friends, they decorate the hall for them. They cook food. They yeah, oh yeah. They cook food and give them parties and stuff. And you go, that's the person you tried to evict because I was here for a couple of weeks. Okay. Yeah. I It's interesting because I just heard another thing about a person where they're like the top salesperson at their um, office they work for, and now they want to lower the person's hours. And you just go, how does that make any sense? People do weird things. Sometimes people do stuff because they feel inadequate. Right. They feel inadequate. They're making them feel bad about themselves because they don't do it. They don't like people that other people like. Yeah, it's bad. It's terrible. It's not always like typical things you would think of where you could have someone like that that doesn't even care that a person was smoking drugs inside the building. Right. It's just, it could be a person who doesn't like that other people like somebody. What would I say about that? It's like a child, and plus they reject like feelings of sympathy and stuff for people. It makes them feel uncomfortable that someone is nice and loving and stuff. So they actually have the opposite reaction than you would think. She shouldn't be gone too much longer. Oh, here she comes. All right, let me shut this off. See what she says about that.